Secret World, A History of Intelligence by Christopher Andrew, New Haven, Connecticut, Yale University Press 2018, ISBN number 978-0-300-23844-0, 948 pages. Now, Christopher Morris Andrew, born 23rd July 1941, is an emeritus professor of modern and contemporary history at the University of Cambridge with an interest in international relations, particularly in the history of intelligence, and this is his most ambitious undertaking. His other books include The Sword and the Shield, The World Was Going Our Way, Defend the Realm, plus he has been sanctioned to write an authorized history of the British intelligence agency MI5. In February 2003, Andrew was accepted as the official historian for the MI5 and tasked to write their history for their centennial celebrations 2009, and as a result of this appointment he was enrolled in the security agency. This resulted in a lot of criticism in the academic circles in Britain and worldwide. Now, there is also a rumor that Andrew was MI5's main recruiter in Cambridge, and this also drew a lot of criticism. Now, this book, The Secret World, A History of Intelligence, is a rather ambitious undertaking. First of all, it is rather impossible to comprehensively and effectively write such a book. The title is very engaging and very attractive, but practically it is next to impossible to do justice to this topic, that is history of intelligence, which covers the entire intelligence services and everything. Normally, such a book should be a collection of essays written by various experts, but Mr. Christopher Andrew decided that he could do it on his own. Now, the first problem with this is with the sources. He cites at will, and he cites and quotes anybody he likes, and anyone who is not in his good books has got no place in his research. As a result, he has cited various secondary sources. This remains a drawback of the book. Now, he has relied on religious sources, religious materials, biblical material, etc., which is, which can be questioned, that how he can, accept such material as a reference material. He dismisses many myths, like he calls Trojan horses fiction. This itself, requires a lot of debate. Chronologically, he has committed many mistakes. Then the problem is that he is Eurocentric, and he ignores, empires like the Ottoman Empire, Mughal Empire. To Chinese, he gives a very short shrift. India generally is a non-entity as far as he is concerned. and his chapter dealing with Muslim intelligence history is quite biased, and he has made references to Al Qaeda and ISIS, and he is rather biased towards Islam. I'm not a religious man, I don't give a damn about any religion, but our author is biased against Islam and Muslims, and a lot of venom in his remarks and his description. Certainly not a neutral analyst. And then Ottomans and the Mughals and the Safis, which were big empires of their time, they are totally ignored. And always talking about Europe, European wars, very biased as far as his choice of regions is concerned. Byzantine Empire, a great empire, which defeated the Arabs and defied Arab Muslim invasions, and a great empire certainly receives a very, very low priority in his book, which is, not expected from a book of this caliber. The problem remains that his undertaking is very ambitious, Fitting 3,000 years or 4,000 years of intelligence history in a 900-page book is not an easy task. As far as I assessed, Mr. Christopher is more interested in selling, and he's trying to market a book for the mass audience, and of course the name is very interesting. I was very much attracted when I bought this book, but reading it was quite a disappointment. And by and large the book is interesting. It has got various very interesting details, but if you are a specialist or if you are looking for something out of the normal run, then you won't find it very interesting. And of course he has got impressive credentials, Cambridge historian, and this book published by Yale. But Cambridge historians have been committing mistakes. Like I read a book recently on the Indian Army by a Cambridge historian, and he makes a totally false claim that Muslims from Dulmial in Jhelum, they contributed the highest number of recruits to the British Indian Army in First World War, which is absolute nonsense. And then our brilliant, this Cambridge historian of First World War, Indian Army, he quotes some Mr. Irfan Malik as authority. So I was deeply disappointed by this Cambridge historian. I think his name was Morton. So, and quotes some Irfan Malik. So Mr. Christopher Anderson, being a Cambridge guy, and the book published by Yale University Press, New Haven, still does not make the book respectable. And Mr. Christopher Anderson's quoting again and again from secondary sources is not a very good precedent. By and large, I was very impressed by the book when I heard about it, but when I bought it and read it, was quite disappointed. But this is part of life. You buy books and you get disappointed, and this is how things are. So this is how I would sum up this book. And 948 pages interesting, but not a book of substance, certainly.